What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on Baba stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on the price chart and how we caught this movement to the upside that brought us about 12.8% to its highest point and to the current range about 10% of potential profit. Then I will continue with the fundamental news and I will show you what news was the catalyst of this movement. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis and I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. I make my previous video right here, at this point, right after it had a quite decent movement to the upside from its swing low. And we completed the ABC correction right here with the flat consolidation phase in the C wave. And then we had this massive spike in its price and I caught this spike at this very moment. And the main reason of this spike was definitely the end of crackdown from Chinese Communist Party regarding all the tech giants in China. And I've told you on my previous video that we have quite decent room to grow. Our first price target was set right here. It is the previous swing high. And it was quite good potential profit for about 10% to the first target, about 11%, with a small stop losses of about 4%. And definitely, I have to say that this asset is quite technical and I caught a lot of its movements on my previous videos. And as you can see, this green bar represents the major accumulation point. And this range we hit several times. And let me show you on a bigger scale, if I zoom out to 4 hours time frame, you can see that this range is nothing else but the golden pocket range. Statistically, it is the most probable range of trend reversal, and you can find this range by pulling the Fibonacci retracement tool from its lowest point to its swing high, with the assumption that we completed 5-wave structure. And statistically, this range, the range in between 0.65 and 0.618 Fibonacci levels, is the most probable range of trend reversal. And so far so good. We have this movement to the upside, and in my technical analysis I will also show you another extremely bullish sign. And for now, let's continue with the fundamental news. So definitely we have a very good sentiment around the market. If you search in Google search bar Baba stock and switch to news tab folder, you'll find a lot of very bullish news. Some of them I want to show you. For example, this one that was published on Seeking Alpha on July 13th. And it's titled, Alibaba, emerging as a strong buy now, technical analysis. And let me quote you just summary. Alibaba's share price has seen a significant uptick, indicating renewed investor confidence following a potential easing of governmental clampdown on the tech sector in China. Despite regulatory pressures, Alibaba has demonstrated resilience and is currently undergoing a process of bottom formation, presenting, I think, a significant buying opportunity. I expect the company's stock price to rise further if the monthly closing price surpasses $121, making a long-term investment entry at the current level and appealing prospect with low risk. And definitely, if you take a look on the fine itself, it is about $1 billion fine on Ant Group. And I have to say that this fine might be the very end of the crackdown regarding Alibaba Group Holding, because let me show you on a bigger picture. If I switch to daily time frame, zoom out and turn off all the tools, we have this massive downtrend from the end of October of 2020 till basically the present day, and the lowest point was set by the price at the end of October of 2022. So this 2 years straight move to the downside was the result of crackdown and was the result of the ban on Ant Group IPO. And right now we have the last fine. Potentially it is the last fine on Ant Group, and probably it will be able to regain all the positions, and probably it will also move to IPO. and definitely it brings a lot of a very good sentiment on the market, and that is why we have a lot of upside potential on this asset. Let me show you that in general, right after this good news that basically was disclosed. Let me show you the article that I covered on my previous video, and as you can see, it was published on July the 7th by Bloomberg News. And since July the 7th, since basically, let's again switch to hourly time frame. This is the July the 7th when it went higher. Since then, we have two updates from major analytic firms that was made on July the 10th and July the 12th from Citigroup and Bank of America respectively. And both of them boosted the price target of Alibaba from $144 to $149. And from $132 to $137 respectively. And I have to say that these numbers increased by not so much, but in general, the total sentiment of the market is quite bullish, and the consensus analyst price target is still quite high. It is $141.07, and it is about 50% of upside potential. That is why let me again switch to daily time frame, and let me show you that this consolidation phase is a very good opportunity for the long-term holders, and I will show you why I think so. But for now, let's continue with the technical analysis. And before we dive deep right here, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with your friends and family. So let's switch to 4 hours time frame, and let me show you one interesting detail. So as you can see, we had quite good movement to the upside from its swing low at $57.67, and it is exactly the same price that it hit back in the days, I guess in 2015 or 2016, and it didn't break, it didn't set up a new all-time low. And right now, let me turn on the drawing tools again. We have this touch and this consolidation phase with the very good volume, and the volume increased at the point when this asset hit for the first time the golden pocket range, this range of support at roughly $80 mark. And as you can see, this movement to the upside had quite decent volume, and this volume is still quite high. This means it is a pure accumulation point, pure accumulation range for the long-term holders. Because if you zoom out and if you take a look on a bigger picture on a daily time frame, you can see that right after this movement to the downside, we didn't have any movements that broke its previous swing highs, and at least to $121 mark, we have quite decent upside potential from current levels, about 28.22%, with not so much exposure on the downside of about 16%. Definitely, in the long-term perspective, it is a very, very lucrative setup. And let me remind you that we are about to see its spin-off to 6 different companies, and this will bring more attention to this company, and this will give its shareholders another boost of the price of the stock. So, and let's continue with the smaller time frames on hourly time frame. What should you do if you want to catch the next potential trade? So right here, let me turn on the drawing tools. Right here we have a couple of waves, and it is quite tricky to assume that we completed all 5 wave structure. As you can see, we broke these 2 ranges of resistance, and basically we are retesting this range from the upside right now. And it is quite tricky to assume that we have somewhere here first wave, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Definitely it might be the case, but it is not the best one, because the first wave is very shallow, and it is I don't think that it might be the case. Most probable one is this one. This might be the first wave, second, third, fourth, and we have to have fifth wave that shouldn't be longer than the third one, because in this case we will not violate any Elliott wave theory rules, and we might form the leading first wave diagonal. The only concern with this setup is that it is not the first wave, because the bottom The swing low is right here for this right after this retracement, and that is why it is quite tricky to assume that this is the case. More importantly, I have to say that we have much more chances for now to see a little bit more cool down. Even with this next leg to the upside, we might see this spike in its price, and then a bit lower price action where we might have a very good opportunity to potentially re-enter the long position. And if it is the case, definitely I will do another update in a matter of just next several days, and I will show you what should we expect next. But for now, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.